My name is Abigail Jamison Clark, and I am the inventor of the app for Activism. 9 years ago, when I was 12 years old, I had the vision of building a physical school of activism. I quickly saw that in order to create one school, there would be a lot of resources necessary, and then to create more schools after that, there would have to be a robust system used to scale and propagate the best practices in the curriculum that is created for the school. And this kind of thing happens anytime you're doing something good with activism that deserves to be replicated. Now, this essential problem of scaling best practices was the basis of the App for Activism's main feature called the Action Recipe System. I invented the Action Recipe System in order to give activists a universal format for creating, sharing, building upon, and adopting best practices and projects for change around activism. The Action Recipe System features sets of instructions of how to complete various kinds of activism. What makes an action recipe unique is that it can be built out of existing parts, existing action items that are made by other users on the app for activism. You can also adopt someone's existing entire action recipe and either add to it or edit it. Now, the real magic happens when we get a bit high-tech. The Action Recipe System uses human user-based feedback to determine best practices in action recipes so that it can suggest that you use the best practices when creating a new kind of activism practice. And whenever you're creating a new kind of action recipe, you are able to see the existing action recipes so you don't make a duplicate. And so you're able to build off of the practices of those before you. Using consent-based user input data to improve the outcomes of activism projects is the basis of the App for Activism. A dedicated platform where people can organize, advocate, research, educate, develop, and give direct services for activism projects. Please now go to the link in my bio or swipe up in order to donate to the crowdfunding campaign. We need 125,000 donations of $20 or any sort of mixed match of larger amounts with less number of donations or small amounts with more number of donations. Anything that you can give helps. The more that you can give helps, but don't give what you can't give. And most importantly, no matter if you give, please share this video directly and through social media with everyone that you know, especially people that would be interested, because the only way that we're going to win this is together. Now, I should mention, of the $2.5 million, I'm getting 2.64% of that over 2 years. That's $33,000 a year, and this will be my first time being paid for the app that I have been researching and designing for over 9 years. To put this in perspective, the average pay of a seed-funded startup CEO is $119,000 per year. Now, I simply don't need that much at this point in my life, and I couldn't, in good conscience, take that from the company's budget when it's better suited to pay developers that require upwards of $100,000 a year to do their work. Wouldn't it be incredible if you could participate in or create plans for activism and be paid for that in things such as food or shelter that's also created through or supported by the platform of the App for Activism? Those are the features that are planned, and they are not the first features that will be rolled out, but know that they are in store, and know that that is the intention of the Act for Activism is to push the world forward and to challenge the status quo, because the status quo is most certainly and clearly not working.